Alright, hey guys. Okay, so about time we tried out the Panzer Dragoon Remake. So, this one just came out today, and so what we're going to do is we're going to compare it to the original that came out several years ago for the Saturn. And so, let's see how it compares visually. I've got the sound cut off on the old original one, but we will be able to see how it looks. And so... let's see what we got here. So I'm going to have to try to sync this up a little bit. Since we're live, this will be interesting, because the video that you're seeing above me is the one from the original Sega Saturn release. And so, the one over here too... oh, wait, this way. This is going to be the new one for the Nintendo Switch. And let's see here. So, let me bring this up here. And I'm going to start this bad boy back up again. And okay, there we go. Alright, so that is restarted, and now I'm going to... new Facebook interface is a little weird, so just bear with me on that one. Alright, so on the Switch itself, I'm going to start this up once we get to about where we're at. I did find out that I really prefer on the sticks for the Switch to be inverted, while on the original Saturn, I actually like it to be like up equals up, so normal. Alright, so let's try this out. Okay. Just in case I'm potato quality, I'm going to get rid of my little image here. That way it's not so, so bad looking. There we go. Okay, so already you can see just the visual quality is just amazing. I'm going to go ahead and let the whole intro here play forward. Look at that lighting that they did. Completely different there. Hey Phil, I see your comment. Okay, yeah, I'll absolutely comment on the 360-degree movement. That was also something that I noticed when I was playing through it first time. Also, keep in mind my original Saturn video will be just a little offset on where it's at because the amount of load times that it has between the cutscenes. But already, look at that side-by-side. All the detail in this newer version. That purple splat looked a lot better, huh? That guy is much more menacing in this new version. Okay, just a comment before we get into the game here. I switched my controls. There was a little bit of an option to go for classic controls or modern controls. So the modern controls put your shooting on the triggers, whereas the classic controls put it on the A button. Now you still have to hold down and release to do the lock-on, just like you do in the original game. And also, like I mentioned before, I was basically using up is up and down is down, but I found with a directional stick that I had a little bit of a hard time doing it that way. That had to actually invert it. Now I'm going to go ahead and play through just this first level here. We're going to see kind of the differences here. I can't wait to get Claire's feedback on this. She's a Panzer fanatic. A little bit more scope of a speed there in that one. Alright, so here we go. As I said, loading time is a little longer on the Switch, so we're a little bit offset on that. Alright, get the feel here. Ooh. Oh, let's see here. There we go. Forgot what I was doing here. There we go. Oh, I'm not good at these modern controls. Oh, I gotta change that for sure. Let me try. Let's see here. Oh, I can't do it in the, Oh, it's okay, it's okay. I got this. Got this. Back to menu. Yep. It's alright. 1 sec. Just give me 1 minute. Just gonna change it over to the classic just because I was playing that just a minute ago. Oh, it looks so good. Yeah. Alright, so options. Because I had not tried classic, invert y-axis, and we'll return, start game, new game, normal. Alright, I'm going to cut the scene here. It's okay. Alright, so we're going to skip that. Alright. Man, my original gameplay is going to be all the way through by the time I get into here. Alright, so what I can tell you so far, just on that modern, that was the first time I actually tried the modern controls, is that'll take some getting used to. It uses both thumbsticks, and I wasn't sure about that. Alright, there we go. There we go, right there. Much better, I can do that. Okay. Now the good thing is, isn't this beautiful? Look at that. It takes a little bit of getting used to, if you're used to the Saturn stuff. And what I found is part of that is just you're going from an analog stick to or from a directional pad to an analog stick, and it feels so different. All right, there we go, lock on. It's easier to see the lock on, as you can see right here, like the reticle spins, and I don't even know if I really noticed that as much when I was playing the original game, and but when I went back and played it again, sure enough, the reticles do actually spin in the original. Okay. Because you can see that start to spin around, means you're in a lock-on mode, to where if you hit something, you'll be able to release, and there you go. Alright, let's get that. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Now, what would be really interesting is to try this with the Retrobit controllers, the Saturn style, and just to see how well it compares when you get something behind your hands that just feels natural. So turning is very good too. I see him. Alright, there's another guy. Let's get him. Woo. Alright. I'm trying to read some of these comments you guys are making while I'm playing, too. So, let's see what we got. Let's see. I'm hoping the PS4, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, yeah, look at these plants. These things are really cool looking, too. You gotta watch out for those, obviously. And let's get them. Whoa! Alright. Now, if you remember in the top scene, this was just something that fades to black right here. But notice in this one, you kind of just go right on through into the next area. And there's our ceiling guys. Go with those guys. Alright, so my original game has gone through. And this is something new too. The visual quality of what you got for this ceiling scene. Because that was another cutscene that you would break through. If I could start that old video right at the fight scene here, I would totally do it, but unfortunately, it's just one of those start in the beginning kind of things. Okay. But everybody who's played this game enough times is very familiar with what's happening right here. Now, what is happening right here is my thumb is getting really, really tired. The amount of pressure that you have to put on these switch controls are just a lot more than what it is on the Saturn controller. And trying to get a good lock-in on what you're trying to do can be a challenge, just because you're working with an analog stick, like I was mentioning before. But this looks like one of those that, after given a little bit of time, you kind of get the hang of. So the, alright, spinning around in this right here, where you go back and forth, it takes a minute. Like, I'm gonna say now, and it's got a little bit of a delay on when it actually turns. A little bit, it felt like just slightly more so than the Saturn, although the Saturn had just a little bit of a bump delay on that as well. Alright, let's see, get this guy down. And this guy's going to be no contest, although those things are a pain in the butt right there. Got it. Okay. Alright. This airship is almost down. and my thumb is almost done. I have to take like a break between the stages on this thing. Oh, missed it. There we go. Whew. And he's gone. There it is. All right, and I am. Hang on, let me put my video up because my thumb is ouch. So yeah, so that is the first stage in Panzer Dragoon Remake. The comparison to the original is just, it's light years. I mean, that is definitely an improvement over the old game. Okay, so controls, let's talk about that for a minute. All right, so it's definitely different. Like, when I played the original one, when you just saw up here, just about an hour ago, I just hopped right in that. I was good, you know, I'm playing through the thing. It's no big deal. And so that wasn't too bad. But then when I pick up the Switch controls, which are supposed to be, you know, updated controls and all of that good stuff, it didn't feel so fluid, you know. Now, it did feel fluid for, like, say, a fighter sim, you know, like trying to go in, and it's just a little different. And so me trying to get that nailed down, that's one of those things that's just going to take some practice. And I'm okay with that. The game had everything there that it needed to have. The quality of what I was working with was just really good. I'd really like to get the hang of those modern controls, which kind of do the dual stick thing, and that seems like a really cool way to go. So let me see what we got question-wise that I was missing through. Let's see. Looks more Sea of Thieves than Panzer Dragoon. Okay, yeah. The smoothened art that you have on that was very. It wasn't cartoony, but you know what I'm going for. Kind of that kind of vibe to it. I see what you're talking about there. The colors are too saturated, kind of with the way that they're trying to do the brightness and the lighting. Now that is going to be kind of a personal preference thing. It's different, I guess you could say. So whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, it's just kind of up to the user. I thought it looked beautiful, although I understood what you mean by the feel's just a little different from, you know, what we're used to in Panzer. Let's see what else we got. Panzer Dragoon Orta on Xbox One, backwards compatibility looks better than this. Okay, I would actually like to put this side by side next to Orta, and we'll actually kind of compare and just see what the difference is, how it looks. Now, when I was doing the Orta, what I remember, there was a lot of darker contrast on the colors, so maybe that's just kind of the vibe and the feel of it that is preferred. Again, kind of on the color palette thing. Let's see. Can't really have a Switch compete graphics-wise. Okay. Now, yeah, sure. The Switch is not going to be able to compete up with the Xbox One X, obviously. But cat in the back. But the Switch really does handle this really well. I think it's a beautiful game. I think they did a really good job with it. Let's see. Wasn't developed by Sega? No, not quite. David wants the Final Fantasy VII remake, but has been trashing this remake all day. Okay. There've been a bunch of negative comments about this remake. You're not going to be able to go right into it and play it just like your old Panzer Dragoon. You saw what happened when I tried to do this. It just basically, you know, I'm clumsying around and all that. But once you get the hang of the controls, it's really not that bad. And I'm not trying to say it's bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just you're getting used to. We have a game that, here, let me get over here. This is what it was originally going to play on, and we're playing it on this. So there's definitely going to be a little bit of a different feel to it. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing. All right, let's see what else we got. Scrolling up. I appreciate all your guys' comments, by the way, too. This is great. There was one comment that I had thought was interesting. It wasn't here. It was one of the other guys was talking about how this game is perfect for motion controls. So taking this, can you imagine having to do this to be able to control with the dragon? And so I thought everybody hated motion controls, but maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I'm gonna chat back in this chatting here. So if you got any more questions, I'll be answering them down below. And if you like the stream, just let me know. And we'll kind of put together Orta versus this one very soon and see what we got. But anyway, thank you for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. And y'all take care.